Love and light, everybody. It's your girl, Morgan Renee Myers, tuning in with you all for another episode of The Exchange. Welcome back if you have been here before, and welcome if it's your first time tuning in. The Exchange is a platform where we like to talk about the uncomfortable yet necessary conversations surrounding sex, relationships, and communication, but we also like to highlight local business owners and artists. And so today I have an amazing sister in the building with me by the name of Yolanda Thurston. Hey Yolanda, girl.
Hi, girl.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. You're welcome. Thank you for being on the show. So today is March 8th, 2022, which is known as Women's Day. And March is Women's History Month. So I guess just starting off, how do you feel being a woman?
I feel it's amazing. It's one of those things that, you just can't get any better at doing.
Okay.
I want to say to all my lovely ladies out there today, I hope that you're celebrating yourselves. I hope you're with people that are celebrating you. Not just because it's, Women's Day, because you're a woman and you're with them today. So in lieu of that, I hope that you guys are just having an amazing day. And thank you so much for tuning in with us because, this is how we grow. Us being together, us doing our thing. So thank you for being here, and I love y'all.
Awesome. I love it. I love being a woman. It's pretty cool. I'm a woman in this lifetime. I think maybe I was a man before in another lifetime. Who knows? But I enjoy what I'm learning about womanhood. Just all it entails within my body, within my spirit, learning about femininity, the balance between that and masculinity. It's like we're so captivating to others. People want to be like us, imitate us. Like it's just beautiful. We're amazing. So first off, before we get into the depth of this, tell us like your name or what you like to go by, what people call you.
Well, in business and in court, they call me Yolanda.
Okay, Yolanda.
But if you know me on a little more of a personal level, you will call me Shantae.
Okay.
Maybe even Tater Wedge. Who knows?
Tater Wedge.
That's if you know me from back in the day.
See, that's why I asked these questions because people be having like cool nicknames. Yes. I just grew up Morgan. That's it. Maybe I might get a Morgan here and there or Morg. Nothing too. But y'all have a whole separate name.
It's Tater Wedge.
Tater Wedge. Would you like to eat potato?
No. Well, yeah, I do. But no. It's a nickname from back in the day. Of course, my name's Shantae.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be a Tata.
Okay.
But my first two kids' father, his favorite food was
potato wedges,
and he's called me his tater wedge. So
you carried it.
I got all my baby daddies calling me that now. Tater wedge that. I'm just saying.
So Tater Wedge, where you from, Tater Wedge?
I was born in Germany.
Oh wow, what?
Yes.
What, you an Army baby?
Yes, definitely.
Oh wow.
My grandfather and my father both were serving at the time when I was born. My grandfather was stationed in Monstal, Germany. But my father was stationed here in the States, and since him and my mother weren't married and my mother was still in high school at the time, of course, she was with her family over in Germany. I was born there.
So your mother's German?
No, she. Well, yeah, we do have German in our family, but no, we were just stationed there.
Gotcha. Okay.
For my grandfather.
Okay.
We were there for quite a few months, and we moved to California, where I stayed until I was 9 years old. And my mother made the remarkable journey from California to North Carolina, where I grew up in the small town of Liberty, North Carolina. Big ups to my LBC though, because I couldn't have done it without y'all. It's just one of those places where I appreciated where I was at, where I grew up, but it's not necessarily where I knew I was gonna stay.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna talk too much junk about my hometown because it made me.
Where you from? Yeah.
But definitely, glad that I moved to Greensboro, where there's a lot of more opportunities for my children. As far as like with jobs, school, dating outside of their family, because it's so small down there. Everybody's related,
Yeah, you gotta get out of the city.
I'm not related to anybody because I'm not
from the area,
but
everybody
they my kids,
but
people down there, So,
how many children you have?
I have 7 children.
Oh wow,
yeah,
7 children. What's their age ranges?
22. Oh God,
But no, like from youngest to oldest. You don't got to name
22?
everyone. Yeah, 21 down.
22 to 4.
To 4. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a newbie.
Girl, you ain't going to be done till you're 80.
Oh, I'm telling you. Let me tell you what I was thinking about yesterday. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
What you mean you don't know how to do it?
I'm going to be too old. When do I get to retire?
There's no retirement in motherhood.
There's no.
Even if they was closer together, that's what I hear. Even when your children grown, they depend on you. So.
They definitely do, and that's actually the biggest blessing. Like you expect your small children to depend on you, need you, mommy, you to death. Yeah. But when they leave your house. And they still call you every day, or they have an issue and they call you and be like, "Mom, didn't you tell me when we was coming up?" And I'm like, "Yes, son, yes." It makes you feel so good, and I feel so accomplished because something that I said to him when he was this little boy's age stuck with him till he's this big boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's amazing that I didn't think they ever listened to me.
Yeah, well, we typically don't until we get in the real world. And it's like,
right.
This
and
is
it's
happening.
Like, oh,
Mama did warn me.
She was right. So
7 kids. Wow, what a journey! I can only imagine.
It's a whirlwind, but it's like sometimes I'm in the aisle of the store, and it's so peaceful and so loving, and then here comes the back of it, slamming me down and rushing me around. But I enjoy the good times. Of course, it's not easy because that's 7 personalities. Yeah, that's 7 likes. That's 7 dislikes. Yeah. Like there's so many different things, but I think that's why God gave me what He gave me, which is patience and tolerance. Yeah.
So there's not more than you can bear.
More of a people understanding. I've always been even when I was younger, I've always understood that people have their own process. I've never tried to rush anyone's process. I've never tried to, move somebody's process into mine. I've never done anything but try to help with it, even from a young age. It's just something that I've been adapted to. Probably in a past life, I was just like this, like you were saying, like a nurturer, something, something very. I probably was a doula. In my previous life because it's like when I was taking my courses, it just was so natural.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That was the perfect flow. I was going to ask. So tell us about your business. What are some of the things that you do? You got a few businesses. So let's start with the doula one. Can you explain to us what a doula is?
A doula is a non-medical support person for women, children, and families. I also like to add on community educator as well, because without our community, our families don't thrive. One thing that I learned from Nicole Deggans from Sister Midwife Productions was that we have to include our community. Okay. We're not only doing this just for the families, and it's not just about the mother either, because what she's bringing into this world is going into a family, is going into a community. So the more that we educate people on birth experiences and how what we do in the community affects the families, the better chances that we have of getting everybody involved in making it a better place for this new addition into our lives.
So how do these communities affect mothers and newborns?
Well,
what's an example of
an example of
probably
that?
Not think about it. You pregnant, that's your baby, has nothing to do with me.
But
what does me as a community member
to do to you?
And what I do, just because I like to turn up on the weekend, what they got to do with you having your baby over there?
Well, I will elaborate. What it has to do is because the things that you do affect our community as well. If you are over here uneducated about certain things like breastfeeding, if you're uneducated about things like how birth is psychological first, you're a neighbor to someone and you having wild parties, you're not being mindful. When you get pregnant or when you go through your journey, don't you want it to be peaceful? Don't you want it to be? It takes a village. People can sit here and say all the time that they did this by themselves. Yeah. I have been a single mother. Yeah. I know what it's like to have to do it by yourself. Yeah. But that also qualifies me to say that's not the way it's supposed to be done. That's not what you want. It does take a village. When you do it by yourself, there's no one there to help. There's no one there to check you. There's no one there to
check in on you. Because have y'all been around children?
We need help. Ooh. Moms need help. Parents need help.
Parents,
I'm not going to be exclusive.
Yeah.
I am inclusive.
Yeah.
I think that parents, even two of you,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, and people just don't realize how much community means in family. You know, like it just brings everything together. I don't know why I can't articulate it the way that I really want to right now. I will come back to that because I really do have a lot more to touch base when it comes to community. But what keeps coming to the forefront for me is just how much we need doulas. I mean, honestly, because so many women go through this alone.
And tell us about name a few different types of doulas, because you said we support the mom, the family and the community. And so, is it just for pregnant women, or are there different types of doulas?
No, there are definitely. I am working towards being a full spectrum doula, which is for prenatal and postpartum, which is after the baby is born. Okay. There are postpartum where they only work with after the mother has the baby, and that is a very important time. Yes. And then there are prenatal doulas who come in while you're, during your pregnancy, and what we do is we gather resources for you. We are there we can go into doctor's appointments. Oh, wow. We can, come in, schedule visits, and bring you, like I said, resource lists, help you with yoga, stretching.
Oh, wow.
Just real support system. Walk around. And yes, because it means everything. Like I said, your pregnancy, well, pretty much everything that we do in life, but I'm going to focus more on pregnancy right now. It's psychological first. What she's thinking, what she's feeling is completely being transferred over into this new life. Yeah. And if she's scared, and if she's alone, she's transferred. That baby feels that, and I know what that feels like because I didn't have a doula with any one of my 7 kids.
Wow.
And as grateful as I am for my mom being in the delivery room with me all 7 times, knowing what I know now about how you're supposed to, what type of support you can have, I wish that I'd have had that.
Yeah.
Because maybe, if my community or if I had a doula and I would have had the support that I needed, how much more the things would have thrived for me in my pregnancy, which would have, brought through to the baby. People think that these babies are crying for no reason. They think that they're, what's wrong with it? You know what I mean? Like, you cried every day you were pregnant.
Yeah. Oh.
You were sad, you were scared. You had them in a hospital.
Wow.
Somebody's poking at them.
Talk about that. So, do you advocate for home births or birthing centers over hospitals?
I definitely think that home births are a lot more, what's the word I want to use? I think they're more conducive to a peaceful birthing experience. So,
would you say hospital births can be more traumatic?
They are definitely because they're short-staffed.
Okay.
Wow. There's lack of
village again, low key. They can't really be the support system because they're rushing to help everyone.
But also they lack empathy because of the fact that they do this so often.
Yeah, like it's another shift.
The maternity. Some of them, I'm not speaking. I can never speak on everybody, but I will speak from personal experience. Okay. In those hospitals, in those facilities, I'm going to say that in those facilities, those women are overworked. Okay. And with us saying that things are psychological, she came to work pissed off. Yeah. She had to pick up a shift from somebody else. Now she's brought that negative energy into my birthing experience, into my space. Wow. And when she brings that in and she's frustrated with me because women have babies every day.
Oh, wow. But I'm having my
baby right now today.
And I wanted to be peaceful
for the very first time at 16 years old, and I don't know about this. Yeah. Well, little girl.
Oh, that's not the energy.
That's not the energy I needed.
Oh wow.
And that's not the energy anybody else needs. And now Nurse Margaret, and I name drop Randolph Hospital. She ruined that for me. Yeah. She ruined that experience for me. She made me feel like I had to be strong. She made me feel like I had to, like I couldn't succumb to my emotions. Yeah. To my pain that I was feeling. It's okay. It's okay. No, it wasn't
No, it's
okay.
not.
You'd be 16 years
Right.
old and push a whole. You dilate to 10 centimeters.
Yeah.
If you don't know this, 10 centimeters.
Yeah.
My son's head was 15 centimeters.
Oh, God. She crying about to think about it, y'all. That was
Okay.
a big head.
So,
Oh,
but
man.
that being said,
Ooh.
somebody telling you, standing over top of you, supposed to
Yeah.
be, helping.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. No,
It's-
his
no,
head is
it's not
15
okay.
centimeters.
You know, but just imagine I had to do it.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, Shonda, it's okay.
Yeah.
I understand that you're in pain.
Mhm.
Let's focus on our breathing.
Yes.
Let's focus on our breathing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to get that epidural, which in all honesty messed up my back. It's still messed up today from doing that.
You think it's from that?
I really
No.
do, because what other reason would it be? It's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Um,
It didn't start hurting until that.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I was so young,
Mhm.
so I know that contributed to it because it started right after that.
Okay.
Wow. It just, I think that though, and then after you have the baby, they're in there every 2 hours.
The staff?
Every 2 hours, they're checking your vitals, checking their vitals. The monitors are going beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
You can't get no sleep.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's not relaxing.
It's not. And,
Wow.
and this is this child's first moments in this world.
Yeah.
In the whole world.
Yeah.
It's already done been cooped up inside of your belly all this
Yeah.
time, eating what you want to eat, eating what
Hot
you know,
Cheetos.
because yes, nachos was my thing with jalapenos.
Lord.
So it's like,
You probably
just
got a spicy
imagine-
baby out there.
So I do advocate more for home birth.
Okay.
But I do understand the importance of knowing whether it's applicable for you.
Yes.
I am no shape, form, or fashion here to say drop your medical provider.
Right.
I'm not saying don't go to the doctor.
Right.
I'm not saying don't seek out consultation from your midwife.
Right.
But what I am saying is hire me as your doula, because I will make sure that whether you're in that facility or whether you're in the privacy of your own home, that everything goes to your liking.
That's beautiful.
Because
That's
it
what they
means
need.
something.
Yeah. So
It
what's the
means
difference between the doula and the midwife?
A midwife has more medical credentials.
Okay.
She is able to do your cervical checks.
Okay.
She's able to do actually deliver your baby.
Okay,
I mean,
you
I can
don't-
deliver a baby.
Right.
I'm just
But
saying,
that's not. The doula is just more so outside support.
Yeah,
Nothing with
we're just support.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
there to make sure that the family is okay. In my doula bag, I got snacks for your kids.
Okay.
Your baby daddy, husband. Not everybody does baby daddies like me. Some of y'all got husbands,
And that's
but
fine.
and that's great. And that's great. you like it, I love it.
I heard
But-
about that doula bag. I took a
Yes.
herbal course last spring on like pregnancy and postpartum, and it was talking about midwives and doulas, and it was talking about back in the day, before I guess doulas was a term, the midwives were considered doulas as well, and so they had their midwife bag. And then I believe it was like in the 60s when they started passing laws that you had to have some type
So
of
many
medical degree.
credentials.
Yeah, like you had to work up under a doctor, and they had to check your bag, and it was just interesting. Like they have stethoscopes and sometimes gin tonics, whatever families might need. And then I thought what was so cool is that these women had to really consider what the families needed. So if they knew they was going to a woman who maybe was poorer and didn't have clean bed sheets, they have to bring extra sheets
You
and
have to be
water and things like that. I was like, wow, that's
real.
Yeah.
That's real. And to translate that into modern times, what you would have in your doula bag or your midwife bag would still be some of those same items.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because they're poor, but just because you don't know the situation.
Right, you never know.
And you don't want to go into any situation ill-prepared.
Yeah, I'd rather be over-prepared
than under.
Yeah.
Because this is, like I said, you're going to be there when this little person takes their first look and breath of life.
Oh, wow.
It should smell good. It should feel good.
Be a vibe.
Like when you're a family, like the father should be at the head.
Yeah.
And coaching her on.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be standing right next to him because I'm right there.
And do y'all help the fathers too? You're teaching them all the
definitely.
same things?
I'm actually building a whole course. It's called the
Okay.
Family Workshop.
Okay.
Where I'm going to target fathers.
Yeah, because they
And
need
there
to know.
will be one for kids and then a whole thing for the family together. The workshop, it'll be like a 3-part workshop. I'll deal with the dad, the kids, and then we'll all come together because I work with mommy all the time.
Okay.
But it's a big important thing. Guys don't think that they play a role.
No, they do, and I think they need to be made to feel important.
I done knocked up.
Yeah, and now what?
I done got one, boys.
Because they need to understand the psychology behind it too.
does.
When her mood swings, when she's not feeling like herself, if she's not as willing to be sexually active afterwards, like they have to understand all these things that. Because I feel bad. Well, I ain't gonna say I feel bad, but I empathize with some of these situations because I hear a lot about a lot of different, and I have friends that have kids and stuff, and so it's like, yeah, it's a lot that changes after a woman has a baby, 100%. And men need to know how to support their women, and because I've seen it break some people up too.
It does,
yeah,
and it's because of the fact that they didn't hire me as a doula.
Senseless plug. I love it.
But mostly because they weren't educated,
yeah,
and they're going off of history repeating itself. Yeah. They're doing what their daddy did, or what they just they home.
Didn't understand, and it's such a ruckus. Just leave.
Right,
like,
just
no,
leave.
why is she acting this way?
And more than anything, it's like we have to also empathize with those men.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
They ain't built like us, dog.
Yeah.
They just not.
Simply not.
They just not. They not emotionally.
Yeah.
They not.
They didn't just push a baby
they
out.
Not fit. They not. They might be this kind of strong, but they not this kind of strong. They're not. You could never.
They could never.
They could never.
We love them, but they could never.
What we want to do is, instead of reprimanding them, popping them on their hands and telling them you're not supporting women.
Yeah.
We want to educate them.
Yeah.
We just want to bring them into the light, bring them into the room. And a lot of the times, we as women are too strong. We're steadily trying to take on roles that we don't possess the right to do.
Yeah, I won't let them step in.
And it's not even not letting them. We're not letting them know that they can.
Okay. That's deep.
We don't even because we're as black women we're damn near programmed to be that way.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
It's just
we're gonna take it. We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. You know what?
It'll get done.
If they my kids, I'm loved anyway.
Yeah.
That's psychological. That thinking, that thought process, that thought pattern has passed down through so many people to the point where how are we ever going to build a family? When are you ever going to see a true family if this is what you think about when you're making the family?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
It's so psychological. It's just the thought process. Women, what you want from him, ask him.
Say it again.
Women, what you want from him, ask him.
You don't know. He can't
Sir, if you cannot appease or you cannot live up to that, find a way to figure out how you can, or please step all the way away. And I mean that.
Okay.
Because I would rather, and this is personal, you know what I'm saying? I would much rather weather something knowing I'm by myself than to feel like somebody's walking in and out.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying walk out on your kid, but I'm just saying don't hire me as her doula.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
if you can't support her, get her the support she needs. That's what I meant by it.
Step
away. Step away from the situation. Don't bring no negativity.
Yeah.
Find her a resource because she deserves to have you know what? Your child deserves to have that. So we're gonna give that to them.
I love that. Okay. So doulaing is one of your services. What else do you do? What other companies do you have?
I am a certified Reiki crystal healer.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Reiki crystal healer. What is Reiki in layman's terms for those who have no clue?
Reiki is the transference of energy. I take the energy from my crystals, from our universe, from our person, from my personal person, and I direct it into certain places that might have blockages, your chakras, things like that.
And chakras are your seven energy points. But there's more, but those are like the main ones,
those are your main,
ones. If I remember, we got our root, that's at the base. That's for like
from
your feet to your pelvis, and that's more like stability, home structure, right?
Right.
Then you got your sacral, that's the color orange. Root represents red. Sacral's orange, and that's for like, is that that's for your
sexuality.
So sexuality, and what else?
But also your passion, and your ambition.
Where does the solar plexus then?
Your solar plexus is more for it's with intuition.
Okay.
It works with intuition. Goodness, why am I drawing a blank?
I
wish Nicholas was here.
Who's Nicholas?
My 4-year-old.
Oh,
because he knows all of this. He knows
wow.
every color and everything.
Yeah.
We do it every night because I have a flag in my room.
Wow. Okay.
And he does it to stay on.
I think it's purpose. I just did
It is purpose.
Chakra crystal board game with copper vibrations, and we were going through this. So like, yeah, that's like your power and your purpose, and then you have your heart chakra, which is green.
Yep.
Then you have your throat chakra, which is blue. Your third eye, which is purple, and your crown, which is like what, a white light or something?
Yeah, or usually on the spectrum they make it indigo.
Indigo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, blue, purple, indigo. Okay, yeah. So there's these 7 energy points. Now, why does one need you to bring energy from crystals or the universe into them? Explain the importance of energy.
I'm gonna tell you, just for, like I said, this is my personal perspective. You can take it for what you want.
Right.
But I think that we need the grounding. The crystals are coming from the earth. That's where we pull a lot of our energy from. We walk around all the time on the earth. Yeah. We don't really realize that we're picking up vibrations. We're picking up negative energy, good energy, old energy, new energy. You know, like you really don't know what you're picking up. You don't know what you're harboring. Standing next to a person inside of a grocery store. If you're an empath, then you know exactly what I'm saying.
Yep.
You're standing in line. The lady behind you has said absolutely nothing, but you can feel her energy on the back of your neck. She needs a hug. Yeah. It's COVID. Yeah. So maybe you don't want to turn around and hug her, but you know what you can do? Call me. and give her my card and let her know that I can help her with that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people walk around with these deep sadnesses, this deep anger, this deep lust, these things that completely take over all of these places. So with the crystals and with the Reiki energy, what we're doing is helping it flow the way that it's supposed to, as opposed to it getting stuck in one place. You know, when you see people that are overly emotional, they can't help it. You know what I mean? Like they just can't help
grace. As I learn more about these practices, it helps me just understand like people that I feel like are different to me or act different to me. Sometimes I used to just get irritated by like, why are people so insane or off their rocker? But I have to consider that I don't know the type of energy around, the type of things that they're consuming and putting in their body that could be affecting their emotions, their mental, their psyche. All of these things matter. So I am learning to give more grace. I'm also learning to set boundaries just because you crazy don't mean I gotta be around it.
Crazy because your crazy leaks onto to me.
So I gotta protect my space, but I can at least balance when there's a time and a space, or when I have the energy for it. Because sometimes there's some people I reserve energy for them. And it's like now ain't the time, but then there'll be a time where it's like, okay, I got an hour to deal with this person.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you say you do Reiki, you're a doula, and then you got one more or a few more?
Yes, definitely. I actually make natural skin products.
What's the name of that company?
That is Pure Love. That's actually my baby. I've actually taken the most time with this, honestly, because it was very personal. I struggled a lot with throughout the years with different things with my kids, but my last child, my 7th, he is allergic to life.
Everything breaking him out.
Everything. Like the only thing that don't break him out is dirt.
I'm done.
He can go roll around in the grass and in the dirt and be fine, but let me use Tide.
Yeah.
He's gonna break out. Let him drink milk. He gonna break out. Let him eat peanuts. He gonna die. He's gonna die. And he'll tell you that too. It's like Nicholas. What will peanuts do? They make me die. I have to teach him that because
so you can stay away from
that when he goes to daycare or when he goes into pre-K or go somewhere where I'm not around to tell somebody
severity
that he knows and he knows what they look like and he knows he can have peanut butter or Reese's
none of that
or Nutter Butters or the little nuts on top. No, we don't. Nicholas knows because he knows what he can have. And see, more than what I showed him that he couldn't have, I gave him examples of things that he could have so that I could lead him more towards this than that. And that's what I've done with all of my kids. I would much rather them hone into who loves you, who wants to be around you, what good things about you, than the bad, negative things that don't really hold no bearings on
I like that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you said with Pure Love you do soaps?
Yeah, I do soaps, yoni steams, yoni soaps. I make mango butter. My sister, Joy, my business partner Joy, you're familiar with Joy Owens.
She's awesome.
Enjoy natural body products. She uses shea butter a lot. My mother is diabetic and shea butter is too thick for her skin.
Okay.
So I use the alternative, which is mango butter. It's a lot lighter.
Okay.
So it's something, you know, like I said, it's just an alternative, but because of course, who doesn't like a good body butter?
Yeah.
But but we also worry about our pores getting clogged up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And shea butter might be too heavy for certain people. Yeah. So I make an alternative to that.
That's beautiful.
And I also make hydrogelly face masks, charcoal rose clay, quite a few things. Which in lieu of that, I brought you some of my pomegranate face cream.
Yes, face cream.
And I brought you a couple of my lemongrass, cucumber, avocado soaps.
Y'all know I'm gonna do a review. Y'all know I'm gonna come on live. Come again. Yes, thank you.
And my daughter, Naomi, she has her own brand, which is Mini Goddess by Naomi Louise. She wanted you to have some of her bath fizzies. It has lotus flower petals in it. It's got cranberry and mistletoe.
Oh wow! The baby made this.
Yes, and it's got hemp seed oil.
Wow!
And it's just baking soda.
How old is your daughter?
She's 7.
Oh,
yes,
so she's been learning from her mommy.
Yes, most definitely.
Yes.
Everything I do, she's gonna
love
do.
This.
She told me today, you guys, like it just made my heart sore. She said, I mean, I want to do everything you're doing.
Oh, that's
it proud me on a good International Women's Day. I got to be celebrated without. She didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't even know this money existed until a few years ago.
Right. Me either. I never been celebrated, girl. We should have been celebrated.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But it was awesome, and she has some very wonderful. She has an affirmation coloring book.
Your daughter,
yes,
the 7-year-old.
Yes,
an affirmation coloring book.
Yes, and it is called "We Speak What We Seek." I've been teaching her the importance of habit.
Train them up young.
Yes.
Of course, they're kids, so sometimes you need more than 21 days.
Yeah.
21 days of doing something. Is considered
a habit. Yeah.
So there's 21 pages of affirmations.
Oh wow.
And coloring. Well, it's a coloring book.
Yeah.
And it's just a way to tell yourself something good every day. Some of them are I am enough, I am beautiful, I am loved, I am safe. And I think that those are the ones that stick out in my mind a lot because of how when I grew up, I didn't have those. So to hear my daughter say those things first thing in the morning, it's beautiful. And for her to feel that way, those are her affirmations. That's what she wants to say. So it's a really good thing for her. She's trying to promote it to the kids in her class. She's trying to bring them in. We're actually waiting for the confirmation whether we can do a little program with COVID going on. They're not really letting parents come in the building, things like that. But I do they're still gonna walk away from that school before the end of the school year with one of those coloring books. The boys too. They are mermaids. We're trying to look into making a boy alternative. But some of the pictures do have boys, boy mermaids, mermen. But at the same time, it's just like I think that it's an awesome tool. But I mean, I have 2 sons too. But my girls, I do harness a lot into that because they're the most like me when it comes to the world. And I definitely identify because I'm a female, so I know how they get beat down in this life. Not saying I don't with my sons, but I'm just focusing on the female because it's Women's History Month. So I think more when it comes to affirmations, not that boys don't need them, but I think more for my daughter because this world tears women apart for every single choice that we make, good and bad.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want them to know who they are.
Yeah.
You don't have to be somebody else's version of you ever. You can only be, you can always be the version that you want to be though. And I want them to make that positive. So,
That's the important part, that they have the decision. And I think that's important for, you know, young humans to learn in general, that your choices, you know, make your reality.
Right.
I've had to, I've educated some youth, and I have a 17-year-old brother, and so we have talks about, you know, some of the decisions that you're making now can affect you in your future and who you want to be. So it's all on you. I give you the tools, and what you do with them is on you. Like, you can't really control where it's going to go. But it sounds like you're setting a very great example. The fact that she's come out with this coloring book and she's using these affirmations. She had to hear that from somewhere.
Yes.
Because I don't know a bunch of 7-year-olds talking about just affirmations. So that's beautiful. And I really like how your business, in honor of Women's History Month, like your business seems super focused on assisting the woman through your skincare products, through your doula services, and Reiki is for anybody, but I can see how that ties well into what you already do. So that's beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, we're moving into our last few questions. Since it is Women's History Month, I want to get Yolanda's perspective on us as women. Now, we identify as women, the gender we were given at birth.
Right.
That's just where we're at with it.
Right.
And so with that experience, what does Women's History Month mean to you? Did it mean anything? Because like we said, we didn't even know it existed until recently.
Yes,
So.
I actually.
Okay, yes, no.
This is one that I actually got into last night.
Okay.
Well,
I'll answer as you find your notes. What does Women's History Month mean? What does it mean to me? Like I said, I didn't even know it existed. So I guess it's just cool to be acknowledged. I did think at one point, I was like, well, there's not a Men's History Month. But I'm like, we really learn about and celebrate men on a general basis, I think. So I think that's the significance of the Women's History Month, is kind of set aside as acknowledging, like, hey, yeah, we know there are amazing women out here that's been putting in work, doing it just like the men. Here we are. So I think that's pretty cool. But what does it mean to you?
the first word that came to mind was evolution.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that we're celebrating the strength and boldness, honoring those who paved the way for our best intentions, with their best intentions for our best interests.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us we sleep on ourselves. You know, we don't really realize the powers that we have inside of us. We don't realize how without us certain things wouldn't work, and I mean, and that's the whole world. It's the whole world.
Seriously,
you can say what you want to say.
If we went off the face of the earth today,
you wouldn't.
Everybody would die.
You would.
Everyone would die.
Men would be hungry, horny.
All of that.
Like,
they would have no reason to
and you
live.
couldn't reproduce.
Yeah, they would have no reason to live though, because a lot of stuff they do is for us, for
women,
family,
right.
for their children.
100%.
If we're not around, what do y'all have to do?
What do you have to do?
No entertainment. Y'all can play our sports for.
Who's
like, how long that's
gonna make
last?
dinner while you're playing the game, Nick?
So, you know, some of them are like, oh well, we was already cooking, we chefs.
Right.
Yeah, but
And
how
that's
long
fine.
you wanna do that?
And that's right. And you want me to tell you what? The reason why you're making them cooking videos is because you're trying to snag one yourself, honey. Thirst trapping, stop playing. Thirst trapping, stop playing.
Yolanda, some of them really cooking want to eat. It ain't about.
They thirst trapping. They don't.
No, they're just trying to show
They just trying to
their skills.
show
Ain't
off
nobody
their
back to
skills.
cooking.
It's
Cooking.
not- You're not cooking for fun.
Oh, you try to grab one.
But that's okay. But if you want one, just say it.
Y'all can't live without us.
Can't live without us. And it's a good thing that God put us both here.
Yeah.
Because without them, we wouldn't thrive either.
We would.
You know?
Yeah, it'd
So,
be sad.
we
Wouldn't
know-
nobody live stuff
We
and
not
talk
getting ready.
to me.
When
and
is
kiss my
men's month?
head.
Do they have a month?
They don't. I guess all year long. It's like we.
Right.
I
And
guess, but
maybe
I
that's
think it
why
would be
we-
nice.
It would.
I think that's why they did it too, because it's like, oh, men, patriarchy. Let's give women a month. But it might be cool to have a man's month, because I do on my platform. I do try to, with my Man Monday, Women Wednesday, Family Friday. I try to give honor and space for men to express their feelings, ask their questions, vent, for their voice to be heard. Because in some ways, despite patriarchy, misogynism, whatever negative things we want to talk about, like you said with your children, I can give you this or I can give you this viewpoint. Both genders have those things, and I know it's a whole debate about genders and sexes, so don't come for me. I'm not there yet.
No.
I'm just going man and woman for right now. And But sometimes I do feel like we leave them out the space. Their feelings don't matter. We think they're just supposed to take it all. They don't supposed to have emotions. They can't cry. And they feel like they can't express to us a lot because we'll use it when we're wrathful or we're angry about something. We'll use it against them.
Right.
Their vulnerability. And I don't think that's right.
That's real facts. And that definitely goes into something else that we were going to touch base on. Allowing him to you know, like if you don't ask, how is he gonna know? Men are problem.
Okay, what's that mean?
They do basic. Okay, you know what I mean? And I don't mean no harm, guys. This wasn't in no type of I'm defending you. I'm not coming for you.
Okay.
They think about providing. They think about working. They think about sexing. They think about eating. They have a one-track mind, so to speak. As where we have a blossoming mind that thinks about all these things, and in these different aspects, because that's been our role for forever. You know what I mean? We grow the children, we keep the house, stuff like that. Not saying that we can't do other things. Right. Don't come for me. Don't come for me.
People acting like we don't got basic skills. Right. Like it is something that I think women naturally do, and it's something that men naturally do.
And men are supposed to naturally be providers. They're supposed to naturally be strong physically. You know what I mean? Like it just is in it. But it's like if you don't tell a man that. Like, if a man grows up with a family full of boys, you know, he doesn't know about periods. He doesn't know that the week before and during that she might be a loco bitch. You know what I'm saying? He don't know that. He don't. He comes into this house with you. Y'all move in together. He's like, oh, shit, I'm going to get some every night. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. He comes into this blind.
So he got to be educated.
So when you get to, oh my God, why is the toilet seat up? The cap is off. The freaking like he's bugging out.
Like what?
Like, bro, yo, around the 6th of every month, this chick is wild, man.
Yeah, man, she probably ovulating, bro.
You want me to tell you how he's gonna find out what it is?
How?
When he calls his mama. Crazy. She kicks me out on the 7th of the month. What did I do? Baby, what's going on? You know, can you tell me? And then he finds out that she's on a period. She's got PMS. And then sometimes some women have disorders that cause worse bleeding, things like that. He might think she's dying. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. He don't know.
They can't be that clueless now.
I mean, but it's like this. They can know. Because if you don't want to educate yourself on something, you just won't. You want me to tell you what I don't know shit about? What? Cars.
Okay, I leave that up
if my car broke down right now,
you'd be out of luck.
I got to call a man.
Call AAA.
I have to call a man.
AAA. Y'all come tell me home. My mechanic.
Speaking of that, I just got my AAA, my new AAA car.
I keep the AAA. I broke down many a time.
I don't do it. Look, after being stranded on the side of the road one time, it was cold. And the car went crazy, so I couldn't turn on no heat.
That was a good lesson. See, I always had heat when I broke down. It was like running out of gas or the tire go out.
It was one time for me.
Good. You learned your lessons well.
30 minutes. It's got I was about to die.
That's hilarious. So I liked your answer. You said that it meant to you that it's about evolution. You also pointed out something that made me think, like with women, prior to us talking about like if we didn't exist, and then I'm thinking like we think about so many other people and things that could lead up to, like you said, men are primal. They're thinking about these things. We're thinking about how it's going to affect this person and that person and my lineage and my kids and myself. And I think that's beautiful. Like, I think that's so necessary. And it's a superpower in a sense. And that we need to, like, really tap into and utilize. Like, I think it's beautiful. So the last question I have for you is, oh, no, this ain't the last question. Yeah, actually, I got some more questions. But who is a woman that you admire or have admired, past tense? Whether they be in your life and history.
Well, that was one of the ones that I really got stumped on because I admire so many women. And I'm just going to name a few. I admire my mother for birthing such a beautiful soul.
Thank you,
Mom. I admire Joy Owens with her passion for business and life. I love the way that she has offered so many people into a collective.
Yeah.
She could have been selfish and just brought herself up, but she decided to bring some people along.
Yeah, let me pause for a second. Joy Owens, I met her on Facebook in some chat. Another local business owner, Jackie White, has a cash mob buy black group. And so Joy posting there pretty regularly, and I don't know, I got on it, I went on her website, and me being me, so y'all, I'm always haggling y'all about communicating properly, how to come in people's inbox, don't just drop something or not say hey. I'm all about building relationships. So whatever I was on the site for, it was like right after Black Friday, and I was going to buy something, and she still had like Black Friday at the top of the website, but it was clearly past Black Friday. So I just inboxed her and I was like, hey, you know, does the code still apply or whatever. And so she got me squared away. She ended up giving me like a first time customer code to use on the website. And then we got the, I guess she saw what I did on my page or found out some of the items that I sell. I do body oils, burning oils, crochet earrings at the time. And yeah, we just ended up talking about me linking up, coming and selling stuff out of her shop. Next thing I know, I was up there, had my crochet earrings in her shop. And it was a really cool experience. She wasn't the first shop that I've ever been in, but I wasn't in the first shop that I initially had been in. So she was like the first one I've been in a long time. And just to see how she moved, everything so professional, so quaint and nice and neat. And like, the girl is really about her business. So shout out to Joy. And now she done moved on up from where I met her. She in another location, bigger situation, and still giving space to other vendors. Now she done collaborated with you, right?
Yes, definitely. And we host different events.
Yeah. What we got coming up?
We've got the Spring Bling shop, pop-up shops. The pop-up shops at Studio 503. We're going to have, I think we've got about 8 vendors, 8 or 10 vendors. We've got anything from candles, resin art. We've got people offering different services. It's just going to be amazing. I hope everyone can come out and support. It will be on the 12th of this month, and it's from 12 to 5.
That's
We're
the
having
Saturday.
raffles. Yep.
Okay.
We'll definitely have a good time. We always do. We have a 360 photo booth.
Okay.
Yes, and it's so fun. We have one at one of the last of the holiday that we did, and it was awesome. I loved it. I did a video.
That's cool. Those are cool. I've been seeing those.
Yeah, and I know I love it. It was really cute. I had seen it, but I'd never done it. And I was
and then you did it.
how are you? But other women that I admire you a lot more.
Oh, wow.
I do.
Oh wow,
and
this was a scripted.
No, definitely. I do, because I love your passion for life. I love the fact that you're not scared to revisit or go and do something new.
Yeah.
I think that that's a very amazing trait for a human to have.
Wow.
Because a lot of the times when people get knocked down, they either stay down or they alter route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just strike me as the type of person that's gonna get up. You're gonna have to knock me back.
Yeah, because I'm persistent.
And
like,
I love that, because that's what we need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that you working with youth, working with people is a really good thing for you. I think that, if you work with the younger generation, I think they can learn a lot from you.
Yeah, I have. I've been taking a break, but yeah, that definitely is a calling of mine and a niche of mine. Like, young people are amazing, and like we've been talking about, what we pour into them matters, what we say to them matters, how they feel about themselves, the type of people they grow up to be. So I guess in my own right, I'm doing that thing you were speaking on, is community, being mindful. Like, I'm mindful of when these women have these babies, how they're going to be impacted when they come to the schools that I may have worked at, or the jobs that I had where I had to interact with them. It's like, okay, how can I treat this child and keep them safe and loved and cared for while their parent is away? Yeah, that's amazing. So,
yes, definitely. And I'm just gonna go and say I admire myself.
I mean, yes.
Last but not least.
Yeah, we gotta give ourselves
I admire myself because the odds have been stacked against me a lot from a very young age. Okay. And I haven't lost my lust for life and loving. Yeah. I love to love. Yeah. Like I have every reason and every right to be cold-hearted and not trusting and unloving and not caring. Yeah. But I am the opposite of all of those things. And everything that I love hard. I love deeply. I do it with a passion. Now,
have you always been this way, even through your challenges? Because you speak on that. Your childhood was maybe traumatic or something like that. So you've always had that. It's never been like I don't want to be this type of person, and you shift it. You just always kept
I've
that.
always been this way.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
That's how I know
everybody's
it's genuine.
story. Yeah,
That's how
I know
I know.
some people that have had a rough upbringing, and it
renders
altered how
them
they
so bad.
and they're not able to find that space to be persistent and optimistic, and it's not going good for them in their relations. So that's beautiful that you've always been.
It's good. I mean, and for me personally, because like I've always understood that everybody has their process. I don't know how I know the things that I know. I don't know why I've been that way all my life. Yeah. But obviously, in one of my lives, I knew. You know what I'm saying? I just know what I know. That's all I can ever say. Like, that's why I be telling what I used to tell Nicole, my doula, like, I don't know how I know.
Yeah, I just know. That's spirit. That's spirit.
It is. It definitely is. But it's like, for me, it's like I don't even like to do too much research on stuff because I love it to be organic. Sometimes when we research, when we dig too deep, we overflood with someone else's translation to what it is. So, and I love for things to be more organic for me and me to figure out later, you know. At some point in time, I will figure out why. You know exactly why. But until then, I'm just happy being me. You know what I'm saying? Loving and kind and
a lot of us need to get to that space, and hopefully through conversations like these, networking. I'm real big on networking and getting to know your neighbor. And obviously everybody energy ain't gonna align, but just getting into practice a habit of showing up in spaces, making yourself known. When you see like someone like yourself, if I was to see a woman like her in the community and I didn't know her, just speaking or gathering each other's social media, something so I can stay connected with her. That's how we start. Because I know for some people it's just not that easy to talk to strangers. But I think the sisterhood is beautiful, and it can be beautiful because a lot of us are going through things, and some of us are holding that in, and we're not able to be our authentic selves, and that's not good for our healing. And so that's also why what you do is important with your Reiki, because that can help with some of those challenges with people. So I love it. I love it all. All right, now we're to the hot topics. What is something that we as women do well, or something that you as a woman do well, whichever way you want to take that?
I'm gonna say we as women, what we do well is nurture. We exude that. That's something, and I think we're good at seduction.
Oh,
I think that we're good. I mean, women can turn a meal into seduction. Like, you can be in the kitchen cooking, and he comes up behind you. Like, we could be washing dishes. We could be, cleaning the tub. Like, we just exude this passion. And I love that about us because, like you said, it's just. That's what makes us a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like men, like you see a man, he's strong, you like that. That's what a man exudes.
Well, I think we might have to stop calling out strength. It's important to me too, because I only say that because that is what I'm attracted to. That's one of the things. Like, if you're muscular, even if you're not, just knowing that like you can protect me.
I don't mean it like that because I don't even like muscular men.
Oh, okay, but no, that whole if you can protect me, I do too. But there are some men who I don't feel safe around, so that's why I'm like
he's too strong.
No, it's not that he's too like some. I don't want to call the man weak, but you're making me go there. I've been around some like. But if we was in a brawl, he probably would not come to my defense.
And so it's like that. And I feel you on that because I won't do it. I won't do it.
I'm like.
Look, if that applies, let it fly. Cause
I definitely want to get them about strength, but they all don't be exuding.
But they don't. But I think that but like for me, that's what turned. That's what I was saying. When you see a strong man, you that turns you on. When a man sees a woman doing her woman thing, like cleaning up, cooking for the kid, you want me to tell you what my guy likes about me? He likes it's 6 in the morning and I am in the kitchen making Naomi and Ayana's lunch. And he sits at the kitchen table and he admires me. He's like, baby, you're so beautiful. I mean, I be looking a mess,
But it's beautiful
But
to
it's
see.
beautiful. He
Like,
was
you're
like,
nurturing.
that's what he said. He loves to see me do these things
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
He loves how I love our kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He loves that, and I do
should.
too. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
I
great
do.
to see he appreciates that.
Yeah, because
Despite how you look at 6 in the morning.
Because who else
I'll
gonna
be
feed
looking a
kids
hot
6 in
mess.
the
I
morning?
never wear a scarf. to bed. Unless I just got my hair done and I got somewhere to go the very next
Said,
day.
Bumble Bun.
You gonna take me as I am.
Morgan,
I have nothing
look,
at
I'm
all.
just letting you know, you lucky.
What's your take on that? Because some people be like, you supposed to like not get too comfortable with these men. And I've heard a man say one time. Yeah, I've heard a man say that when he was dating his lady, he was she wasn't ready to have sex and stuff like that, but he would still date other women. He would get the sex from the other women, but he focused on her. So when they became official and got married and stuff, he was like, you know, he still appreciate the relationship after all these years, but sometimes he wish he put something on. Like, she might not dress up, she just be in her night clothes or her hair bonnet, and he's like, I want to see her hair sometime. I want to see her. So do you think sometimes being too comfortable is a downside?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Just as much as you have downtime, you gotta have your uptime too. Because, well, for me personally, I'm a very natural person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really do too much, like going and getting my hair done.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably 93% of how you're gonna see me. Is
My natural
something
hair,
my natural hair do
Yeah.
in some kind of way.
I heard most men are okay with that. They actually
are
prefer our
okay,
natural
but
hair.
I mean, not like first thing in the morning. He's gonna have to see that.
Yeah, like
I'm
you
not
can't
wearing
get
no
through
bonnet.
that.
I mean, it just is what it is. If that's a big deal breaker
then-
for you personally,
yeah, you
by all
understand
means,
me.
you have your boundaries, sir.
Yeah.
I respect it. Get up out my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know what to tell you.
By all means, have your boundaries, sir. But for me and mine,
It's
gonna
be
wake up with
this.
a-
We gonna be troll dolled in a mug up in here, okay? That's what I want.
I'm here for it. I love it. I love that about us too. What's something that I think we as women do well, or I do as a woman well?
Yeah. You basically summed it up. The nurturing, the sensuality, we could just say things in a certain way. It's just it's like an essence about us. It's really undescribable. But we know we got it, and we know what we doing. That's what we do it. Like we know what we doing.
And y'all can't call it manipulation either.
No,
It's not a manipulation.
it's not. It's just
It's
it is what it is.
Scripted. Told y'all. See, women know.
We just
Women know. All right. So now this is the last question.
What's an area of improvement we can have as women, or you could do as a woman?
Ladies.
It's a good one. What can we do better?
First, before we tell me you love me right now.
Right.
Tell me you love me right now,
Yeah.
because
You know you girl.
we got things to work on, ladies.
Yeah.
Let's first start off with the improvement of accepting each other
As women.
as women.
Okay. You think women don't accept women? Women
No.
are always sticking up for women.
That
We hold secrets for women against
True.
other people.
True.
We'll stick by a
true.
woman.
We will.
Okay. Will.
This has to be a we have to thing. Like,
Okay.
this has to be a universal thing.
Okay.
I'm not saying, I'm not on the lines of like, oh, you got a lot for your whole girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now,
G code.
girl code, but
we
also
still on it. But I'm talking about past that. I'm talking about supporting each other. I'm talking about being genuine with each other. Not this, if you like it, I love it.
Ooh.
Let's hold each other accountable for the things that we know we're supposed to be doing. And when someone holds you accountable, don't be taking it like a big dog out here. Don't be hollering about it. You know what I'm saying? And don't be like, girl, you know, Yolanda told me that I need to stop getting on Facebook, posting all my business.
Well, she's actually looking out
I'm
for you.
looking
I
out
actually
for
care.
you, because at the end of the day, we need to, as much as I hate for people to say strength to us, you know, oh, she's so strong. That's the strongest woman I know. Like, yes, I get it. You're meaning it as a compliment.
Yeah.
But that part, I just want it to play down a little bit. I want us to start accepting the fact that we all are women.
Yeah.
We all are struggling. We all have fought for so many things. Like, we're supposed to be better with each other. You know, men hold each other accountable more often than we do.
Really?
In certain situations, you know, like, I just think that we don't when someone goes to tell you something, another woman, that you're doing something, you know, they feel like this doesn't suit you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You don't take it as that.
Yeah.
You take it as she's coming for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's hard. And I'm not gonna say that I have not done this myself.
Right.
Because
I can relate, yeah.
I definitely relate. But it's like, let's not be so emotional about certain things and start being more rational about things. I think that we can improve with leading with our rationality over our emotions.
Yes,
especially if you're an adult.
Yeah.
Now, you young girls, if y'all listening and y'all are 18 and under, well, no, I'm gonna say 21 and under. Yeah. Because you're still kind of coming into.
Yeah, you really are. Oh God, you're so young.
Right.
Yes.
And you don't know what you think you know.
Yeah, we think we have it together
but
too.
if you're 21 and up, let's use the words accountability, rationality. Let go of some of those emotions. Let's not move off of emotion.
Yes.
When it's negative.
Right. Right. But it isn't. Our emotions are valid and important because I know they're gonna be the main pushback. Oh, well, y'all say emotion I get bad.
But y'all, but we, excuse me, I'm not gonna say y'all. Yeah. But we use them. We're weaponizing.
Yeah, we use them when we want and be too extreme with them.
You want independence.
Yeah.
You want to be kept.
Yeah.
Do you want
right?
You know, like make up our minds. Yeah. Can we do that? Let's do that. Yeah. Let's say that. Can we make up our minds?
Yeah.
Look, on the behalf of every man that ever has a girlfriend, wife, or daughter, can we please just figure out where we want to go eat?
No, she didn't call y'all out. No, seriously.
I'm not gonna do it, but can we?
Cause sometimes I'm like, can the man just pick? Cause maybe I'm just too indecisive. You just take me anywhere.
Just take me anywhere.
And then if he take you, don't get mad. Cause if that's what you're saying, you don't know. Then
you don't know.
Then just eat it and shut up and have it figured out next time.
What we really need to do is just we need to start being more decisive. You know what I mean? And start realizing that we set the tone.
Ooh, that's
for everything around us. Yeah. The more decisive you are, the more calculated you are, the less emotional you act. And when I say emotional, I don't mean I also mean
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I can speak on that.
The more we don't do those things, the more they ain't got no other choice but to respect what's going on over here. It starts with us.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I'm saying? If we do it, they can't live without us. They gotta adjust to it.
Yeah, give it the program.
Hey, we might have a perfect world just by us getting our shit together. You know?
What I think is who is it? Muhammad who said something about the woman. The man can rise no higher. A nation can rise no higher than this woman. Yeah. So we gotta get this together. So what's the area improvement we can have as women or you as a woman? Definitely. What is it? Listening to respond. We could work on that. And again, vice versa. It's men and women, but I notice with us a lot more right here from guys a lot more that, and I've done it. I done got caught up on a Facebook status, y'all, where somebody done said something, and I did get in my feelings. And what the person was saying was kind of like, I felt like maybe a little idiotic, or it rubbed me the wrong way. It wasn't the response I would have wanted. And so I said something back to him, and he was like, but I didn't even say that at all. And when I went to go look, I'm like, oh, his words didn't say that. But what I assumed it to be, and we do that a lot. So imagine if we're in relation with people and we're doing that, we're assuming what they say versus what they actually said, and we just tie our emotions all into it. That not being able to come back and apologize or admit that you're wrong, the accountability, but also just even listening to respond versus listening to what someone has to say, digesting it. And that's something I've been learning because I'm studying a lot about again, the femininity and masculinity, and they say one of the things about the femininity is that it's slow to respond. Like a more feminine woman, she can still say what she need to say. Her words can either cut you or they can heal you. They can still be firm and direct, but they don't gotta be nasty and cruel. Right. So it's a way to go about it. And so I think by listening a little better and before responding, you know, because sometimes what the person is saying,
we just be ready.
We do all the time, and our brains is racing. Another thing, we always assume stuff. Well, I'm speaking for me and the group of women I've been around. A lot of us will assume shit. I got homegirls sometimes that go, oh, well, I thought you do
this and this. I'm like, why would she think that? I never said that. We just make up a story in our mind because that's how we want it to go.
Right.
That's
Girl,
what makes the most
I've
sense.
done created whole narratives.
Whole scenario, girl. Then you hear, and
I
that's not
already
it
know
at all.
And that's not it. But I'm over here in festivity.
Calculating like, oh,
And
that's
I
how it was?
you know what? And I bet good and well. This is what she said, and I know that's what she said. And the whole time it was just my phone was out.
yes. I was gonna do my story. I had a long day. I need to read. Oh,
Okay.
and she could be lying, or she could be telling
Look,
the truth.
and don't get me started on. She probably lied. But okay,
Right.
girl.
Okay, girl. And then sometimes she probably just needed a damn mental health day to herself. And here we go to made up a whole
scenario.
girl. Yeah. So, do you have anything else you'd like to share with the people?
I just would love it if we would just love each other a lot more. Love ourselves first. Because nobody can love you more than you love you. And like I said before, you set the tone for what you want in your life. If what you're seeking is love externally, then you better have got plenty of it internally, or you're not gonna get it nowhere else.
Beautiful.
Not truly.
That's beautiful.
Anyway.
Yeah, you gotta really love yourself and treat yourself.
And that's one of the reasons why my brand is Pure Love.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. So where can we follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Facebook, Pure Love by Yolanda.
Okay.
My personal page is Yolanda Thurston. If you'd like to hit me up on there, I'm a lot more active.
All right.
You can hit me up on Instagram, pure.love81, and also Evolving Greatness. Evolving_greatness
That's
is
on
my
Instagram?
personal Instagram.
Okay. Do you have a website?
I do, but it's under construction
Okay.
right now, so I ain't fit to send y'all with all that nonsense
Yeah.
foolishness.
We'll update
Or
the video.
The main thing is come and check me out, y'all.
Yeah.
Come to 503 East Washington Street,
Yeah.
Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm in Suite 15.
Okay.
You do have to get buzzed in.
Yes,
so
you do. I went up there trying to yank the door.
and it didn't let you in. Girl, we bougie up there. You won't get in if we don't want you
sure
to.
won't.
Make an appointment.
I
boo.
love it.
Make
I
an
love it.
appointment.
It's the
But
privacy for me.
Yes, but definitely just inbox me. I just got a new phone number. I don't know it by heart, so I'm not fit to drop that
Yeah.
right just yet. But come up to the shop.
Yeah.
Give me a call on Instagram.
Yeah.
Shoot me a DM, something. We'll set up a personal shopping time. You want to come up there? Oh, we also have a sauna blanket
I
therapy
saw that.
as well.
I
I
wanna
can't
come
believe
do
it's
that.
new. I got so much
Yeah.
stuff going on, so it's like everything.
gotta come see it.
it's
Yeah.
you gotta come and see it. But the sauna blanket is awesome. I've lost about 2 inches from off my
Yeah. So
stomach.
you just sweating out.
Yeah,
and
you
then
just sweat.
She do something on your body too?
Yes, that's the body contour.
Okay, that's
But,
different services.
Yes, but
Okay.
we use the sauna blanket first.
Okay.
To get everything sweating and melt up the fat and stuff, and then Joy
Wow.
does her thing with the body
Yeah, I've
contour
been
thing.
seeing it. I'm like, I kind of want
Girl,
to
and
try
I
it.
am.
I didn't know
And I've
it
been drinking my water.
existed. Yeah, gotta stay hydrated.
But the sauna blanket is really good for joint pain, muscle pain.
Okay.
It's helpful with detoxing. You know,
I
sweating
love
out all
the
that
detox.
nasty stuff that
Yeah.
we putting in our bodies.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we need that.
But yeah, I
Okay,
just want to thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
Morgan,
thank you.
for
Thank
real.
you very much. Yes, after a long wait, I'm happy to be back hosting this podcast, bringing on some amazing guests for you all. So again, thank you, Yolanda, for coming through. Wasn't she awesome? Yes, she was. And I'll be dropping all the links to her things in the description. This will also be on YouTube and on Anchor and Spotify, but also it'll be on my Facebook page so that you guys can check it out. So thank you all for tuning in. Hope you got something out of it. Happy Women's Day to all the women out there. And we're going to tune in with you all again real soon. Peace, love, and light, and have a good night.